Let's turn on to audiobooks now. Mackenzie, which one is your favorite when it comes to playing audiobooks?
Um, I just mainly I'm not an player at the minute, so but I'm probably going to probably still use Fubar 2000 again for files because if they are in MP3 or WAV or OGG or whatever, it's basically compatible and I don't have to mess with anything else. So, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that makes
basically
sense.
me right now.
Yeah, makes sense. Dan, how about you, my man?
I like Libby, the library app. I think I have 5 different libraries connected to it, so um, I can usually find what I'm looking for. But I also have used Bookshare Reader and then Bard. But
So
I
you
think
you
I
you
think
like
Libby's like one of the I think Libby's the one that I like the best. And then I've actually gotten a couple uh, the developers of the Libby app to make a couple changes where like buttons were unlabeled and such. So I've been able to interact with them a little bit and get them to make that app more accessible.
so you're not liking Libby just because it has that nice girl sounding name, right? Is Dan?
Oh, is that a girl's name? Oh, I didn't even know.
Yeah, just like a certain. You know what? No, you know what? No, I'm gonna stop right
Oh
there.
boy. I'm just
I'm gonna
messing with
stop
him.
right there.
You
There's two
never know.
Libby's in the TTS department. There's a Microsoft one, and we already know the other
Yeah,
one.
yeah. So yeah, so that Salvis, you do audiobooks, and if you do, which one do you use, or do you just use your? There was something you mentioned earlier that you play your
Yeah,
files with.
well, when books are text to speech, then I'm use a voice aloud reader. But for audiobooks, all my audiobooks live on Audible, Amazon Audible. So yeah, I use that for my English audiobooks.
That's good. That's good. You know, I don't use Audible. Audible has lots of books and stuff like that, but like Dan, I'm not too much of an audiobook kind of guy, but lately, now and then I use the Bard, and they have some of the books that I'm looking for. And so if I want to use or listen to an audiobook, I use Bard, or else uh, the smart audio player would be the app that I would use if I were to be an avid audio book listener. That would probably be my choice.
I also did get an Audible subscription just so that I could get the Harry Potter full cast edition, which they've come up with 3 of the books so far, and I'm really enjoying those ones. But I don't know that I'll keep the subscription after that, but you get to keep the books. You know, you get 12 credits in a year, so I'll get to keep those books and re-listen to them.
Interesting. Yeah, I think that the Audible subscription is a little bit funny. It's what, like $15 a month or something?
It's confusing for sure. Yeah, it's $15. It includes, if you're paying the $15 version, it includes 1 credit for you to buy anything you want, and then you also get access to the Plus catalog, which is like the free stuff. So they do have some free stuff on there, kind of like a library like you'd see on Netflix or something. But of course, all the popular stuff you have to spend your credits on. And then, yeah, like Dan mentioned, anything you use a credit on or pay for with money, you can keep even if after you cancel your subscription. So you can still log into the app and everything and use it normally. You just, you just won't have access to the Plus catalog anymore.
And the other thing with Audible, if you finish a book, you can actually go to your order history and return the book and then get that credit back and get another book with that credit.
Yeah, you can. I don't know how many times you can do that, but I've done it before when I was like well, I wouldn't say I've ever finished the book, but I've gotten pretty far into it. I'm like, I just can't. This is not a good book. I'm returning it.
Or the narrator's like, really? Oh, couldn't they have a better narrator?
Yeah.
So tell me something. If I'm subscribing, paying $15 a month, lots of moolah, if I may add, do I have access to anything that I want to listen to? I mean, I'm not going to own it, but can I just listen to any book that I want?
No.
No?
You have some books you can listen to.
Then what am I paying for?
That $15 is for 1 credit. See, if you were to buy a book, any book audiobooks can range anywhere from like $5 to like $45. So
Yep.
in a lot of cases, that $15 is cheaper than buying the book. So yeah, it's just you're basically paying for that credit, and they're also giving you access to a library of books. It's definitely not every book.
Well, they
Plus,
also have
if you-
this payment every 2 months, so you can pay only $18 every second month. So you get 1 credit every second month. So and you still have access to all that plus catalog and everything.
Yeah, they ran
And
a deal,
when you,
and I got it for like $89 for a year. It was like half price or 40% off, something like that for an annual subscription. So if you keep an eye out, they'll try and entice you in that way. So I only paid, I think $90 for 1 year.
yeah, you just have to remember to use all your credits before you cancel it because you'll lose your credits. I've had that problem where I like did the year thing and I got, believe it or not, my credits built up. I had like 6 credits that I had to spend in like a week so I could cancel my.
So
my
what does the
subscription.
single credit, can you use a single credit to get a book of
Any
your
book.
choice?
Any
Yeah,
book.
any book.
Okay.
And so if there's like a trilogy or like a series of books that comes in a collection, that's 1 credit. But it could be, if you outright buy it, it's going to be like, $45, $50 to buy that. But it has a collection of, the 3 books that you get all 3 of those books. So that's where the credits, you can maximize your credits if you, buy the books that are expensive or the best sellers at the time, or, the hot items. So that's where you can, make your credits go even further, I guess.
And sometimes they have this 2-for-1 sales, like one just ended. But anyway,
just
yeah,
use
so
that
you
one.
can get 2 books for 1 credit.
Yeah, they just had a 2-for-1 sale and they had a spend 3 credits and get a $15 credit toward your account, and I actually used the 2-for-1 sale to like get 6 books because I did have 3 credits.
Oh, wow.
And then I got a $15 spend, and then I'm going to cancel my subscription, and it's most likely going to ask me, "Are you sure you want to cancel it? Don't you want to just pay half
We'll give
price
you
for the next
something
3
more."
months?"
Yeah.
And I'll say, "Sure." I didn't know this was going to happen, but I did because I'm constantly trying to cancel my subscription.
Yeah, it's too dizzying for me. I don't think I would be able to do this Audible of a thing. I once upon a time had a Kindle subscription, and they keep asking me again and again, "We'll give you 6 months, whatever, free subscription to Kindle." No, I just I don't like the Kindle app anymore. All that funny stuff going on. So, but yeah, I know my wife has she has a Kindle one, and of course, we're both on because from the same family. I could get books for free. If you look at my library, tons of books are in my library, and I don't do fictional stuff. I'm a practical guy. Don't give me fiction. When I was a kid, I liked fiction books, but now, no. Just, about reading books about, Kitty the dog or whatever. I don't do that fiction
Yeah, I'm
anymore.
the opposite of you. You said who's that author you said you like earlier?
Stephen Ambrose.
Yeah, I was gonna chime in and say you like Stephen Ambrose. I like Stephen King. Two very different
Yeah,
authors.
so there you would be with Julia. Julia likes Stephen King, and I could just never wrap my head around that. I don't know. I have no clue why people like Stephen King, but it's just not my thing. I'm not into make believe. Maybe that's why I'm not like a movie kind of guy. Unless of course if it's like a documentary, or else you're not going to find me in the movie house unless it's something very good. I don't do make believe. I'm too practical for my own good.
You'd be just happy watching PBS all day, huh, Warren?
Oh yeah. But
That's the
believe it or
public
not,
broadcasting system in the States here.
I like the kids stuff though. I
Sesame Street?
watch, yes, all the kids
Warren,
stuff
you know
I
that's
can
not
tell you
real,
about.
right?
Yo, it's not real,
You know
but
that's not a documentary.
no, it
Those
isn't.
puppets.
But so believe it or not, if I were going to read a fiction book, it will be one of the kiddie stuff. Maybe like a Cinderella or something stupid, or like the Jack and the Beanstalk story. So I think I go back to my days when I was a kid, and I've been looking for some books that kiddie stuff that I read when I was a kid, but I just don't do fiction. All the novels, all the stuff. This brand new novel came out or whatever and stuff like that. I just don't do that stuff. So I like biographies and history or real stuff like that. That's what I like.
So you prefer to read Cinderella instead of reading Stephen King?
Yeah.
Are you for real now?
Karen,
That's
you like
strange.
Stephen King?
Well, I don't like all of his works, but there are some legendary ones, I think. So yeah, I like some of his works to say like there are novels that are really perfect, but there are others that are not my type of writing.
Yeah, he writes a lot of different kinds of books. Like people just associate him with horror, but he actually writes a lot of different kinds of books.
Yeah, well, I think that's the wrong association I have him associated to, because when I hear Stephen King, I'm thinking of something in the closet, some scary thing in the closet jumping out.
Yeah,
Well, those are the books that I don't read, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just don't. I remember, I think I've told this story a million times. I read a book with one of my students, a fifth grader, some book called Deep and Dark and Dangerous. I had nightmare. I mean, I had to read it with the kid because it was their book requirement, but it gave me the chills. I had nightmares over that book, so it's not my thing.
So the thriller espionage books would not be in your genre then? Is that what you're saying?
No, it wouldn't be. No.
Yeah, I like James Patterson and Lee Child with the Jack Reacher series. I like, those are two authors I like.
Well, Warren, since you mentioned the audiobooks, and I know that you are not a fan of audiobooks, I'm right?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of audiobooks. But like I said, lately I've been using Bard because there are some books that I could get there that I couldn't find as an EPUB.
Yeah, but to be honest, I personally have a confession regarding audiobooks. I used to be like you. I used to mock audiobooks and say, okay, I'll read with 11 Labs and it's fine. And also I'm okay with my TTS engine. I know how it works and I'm it's fine for me. But actually, I recently came across an audiobook because the library that I'm subscribed to has included recently the audiobook section. So, and the narrator was a great one. So actually, if you start to deal with such good human readers, you just start to feel the difference yeah, 11 Labs has kind of like reactions, but usually those reactions are not like, they are not the type of reactions that you get from a human reader, as they are fake, or sometimes they are not in the right place. So you have the
Yeah, they're
reaction.
inappropriate reactions.
Yeah, exactly. So, but with a human, with a human reader who just knows how to read and when to react, when to give this expression, when to give this. So you feel the complete difference. You feel like, yeah, I'm really enjoying the book more. So I think that you don't get this until you try it, and with a really perfect reader.
You're right. My wife, she listens to audiobooks, and some of her books, when I hear her listen to it, they may actually have like two, narrators, and it's really interesting. And she gets them from the local library, like Dan was talking about Libby or whatever. She just gets them from the library. And yeah, and all those reactions, like you said, read in different, make it sound like you're watching a movie or a real conversation, and different way of someone, maybe someone expressing shock or expressing whatever. So yeah, you cannot get that from an pop reader or I mean, yeah, 11 Lab tries, but it's not like a human narrator.
I was just going to say, I'm surprised, Warren, that you don't look for audiobooks that are biographies that are read by the author
By
themselves.
the author,
Like,
yeah.
Like I've listened to some of
everybody
those.
that Warren is interested in is long gone. They're not alive to read their autobiography.
That's right. John knows me down to a T. To be honest, I think one of the reasons why I never gave into audiobooks used to be that if I'm having a rough night or whatever, having difficulty sleeping, every time I start an audiobook, it just puts me to sleep within 5-10 minutes. I'm a goner. And I think that's why I just use it as a lullaby to go to sleep. Oh my gosh.
That's kind of how I am with some of these biographies and documentaries. Yeah, put it on. Okay, I'm gonna be asleep in about 10 minutes because they're so monotone, or they just talk in the same voice, and it's just like, okay, I can't keep my eyes open here.
Yeah.